What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, ReadoptionAgency.com, 23 years, selling full-time on eBay. And welcome to the YouTube channel that's going to have the best thumbnails on YouTube. Or the worst, depending on your sense of humor. We got baby girl. Pee-wee's around the corner. He followed me over there when I was pulling, so he'll probably jot through here eventually. He's laying down over there in the dark. So, yeah. Pee-wee's doing great. I went down the stairs fine, so he's not stumbling as much today, so that's good. Still the breathing thing, though. It feels like he's just struggling to get full breaths. So this is what happened before the seizures. And my concern is that what induced the seizure to, is that the right word, induced? Caused the seizure to happen, because when the body's distressed a little, that's can cause a seizure. So I'm gonna watch it throughout the day. If it still continues, I'm definitely gonna get him to the vet to see. They've run blood tests and stuff on him at the other places, so I don't know. They've looked at his lungs and that through what you call it, not x-ray, but where they look at your baby and stuff, whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. And they said everything looks good. So, is it just allergies? Maybe I'll give him some more allergy medicine today to see if that clears anything up, if he's congested or something. Because I did hear nasally before the seizure. So maybe I'll do that and see if that will help. I'll get on that today. So, yes. So, what's today? Tuesday, right? Curse of Oak Island Day. Yes, it's Curse of Oak Island Day. All right, so let me know what you guys think about the thumbnails. I'm having fun just creating goofy stuff, and I'm getting a kick out of them. If they're making me smile, that's what really matters to me. But let me know what you think. I mean, because they're not getting the views, so please hit that like button. Throw an emoji or something down in the comments. Help my videos. None of them that I've created have gone over, I think, 800 views yet. So before, when I was doing clickbaitish thumbnails and titles, I was getting over 1,000. So let's see if you guys can help me get over 1,000 with me still creating goofy, stupid, funny to me thumbnails and titles. So when I did the numbers yesterday, I figured if I could still do the numbers on Friday, but make myself aware of how much I did per day the week before, that will help me try to focus more this week. Not like yesterday. You know, yesterday was keeping more of an eye on him. You know, I got a little bit listed, but it was more because he was filled with fluid, so I had to take him out. I didn't sleep well last night. I don't know if you can tell. We were up about every hour going outside. So yeah. But he pooped 3 times this morning, so I know some when you're on fluids and stuff, it can, or is that anesthesia? The anesthesia clogs you up. But anyway, he usually only poops like once a day, so he pooped 3 times this morning already. So, but I have been giving him extra food, because when I took him in, I've been wanting to keep his weight about 150, and he was 136. I'm like, ooh, I guess I'm not feeding him enough. So since he's been back, I've been giving him an extra cup per meal. So we went up to 9 cups of food, plus topping a little bit of wet on it to make sure he eats the other food. And then I was thinking too, yesterday, I think I made a post about it. You know, all of his skin issues and his biting and stuff. That's all been gone for a while now. So when he's not in the seizure recovery thing, he's more a normal puppy now. So that's good, except for this past week or whatever with the breathing thing. So I know my sinus has been crazy this week. So I think Apoquel is just for itching, right? I have some Apoquel, but I think that's just for itching. I'll have to ask Jan or research, see if it's for allergies. I know allergy medicines for allergies. I can give them 10 pills a day of the human allergy pill that I have. I forget what it's called, but so I'll give them 5 this morning and maybe 5 later, and hopefully that'll help them. Get them right. But see, it's hard to say if that was if one caused the other. I mean, we were 9 weeks without a seizure. That's the longest we've ever been. So it could have just been time. So with the medication. So I don't know. Whew. So I've got some good stuff here, I think. Let's look at yesterday's numbers. See if we got anywhere near 750. Since our goal is to beat an average of 750 per day. That was last week's numbers. Which is still low. It's still low for me. It's still low, and it sucks that it's low. It sucks that it's low, man. It just sucks. It sucks so bad. It sucks like a thirsty-ass vampire. It just sucks. Suffering succotash. Glorious. Did I do any international yesterday? Nope. No international on the international websites, which is weird because the first of the month, my stuff gets flooded back to those websites. So it's a bummer. Yeah, boo. So I'm ending stuff on Poshmark. It's a slow process, even with Vindu, doing 240 at a time because so many are airing out for some reason. I don't think that many has offers out. So I already canceled my Flip account that shares them. I'm just done with Poshmark. It's at $12 a day in the pocket. It's just not worth the hassle, the worry, the not being able to refresh my clothing store property by ending and selling similar. Maybe, ending and selling similar, my clothing store more often may help it more than what Poshmark was giving me, right? So, but the clothing store was bad yesterday, and I was on at the down graph of the constant. I thought that was him walking up. The down graph of constant downs. It's the roller coaster that it is on the clothing store, which is too weird of a pattern to feel organic. It hit the bottom yesterday, so I didn't do much over there at all. So in the media store, $578.63, which is nice. And the goal is to get these stores matching. When I do 500 here, do 500 there, do 600 here, do 600 there. So that is the goal. Let's see. So yeah, so like the last 5 days over here, 418, 320, 298, 222, and then yesterday 144. So that sucks. So we were close to the average, $723. So at least we got there. If I would have concentrated, maybe put one item up that was a quick sell through, we would have beat that number. So that's what I got to remember when I'm listing during the day. Don't just I'm just doing media today, blah, blah, blah. No, go find at least 2 or 3 items that may be high dollar quick flips, put them up, and then you can go back to your little, okay, I'm only doing media today. But as of this morning, we're at 9:15. I'm almost at what I did yesterday over in the clothing store, $103. So 144 yesterday. We're already at $103 at 9:15. So when I say that this store is starting to really act like the other store, it's like it's a back and forth. But at least the positive from the last 30 days, the clothing store is up 17%. And the media store from the last 30 days is up 15%. So at least we're in the green This morning at 9:15 in the media store, we're only at $53. So we're at $155 at 9:15 a.m. I wanted to stay up when I got up at 5:30 to feed the doggies, but I'm just like, I was up at 4, at 3, at 2, at 1, at 12, at 11. So I didn't get no consistent sleep. So I put on my eye patch. The thunderstorm was rolling in at 6 a.m. I'm like, oh yeah. What was weird about this thunderstorm though, every time the thunder, it was like a deeper tone, and it gave me goosebumps. And I fell asleep to it like that. I never had a thunderstorm give me goosebumps, at least that I recognized. I'm laying there and I hear that low roll thunder, and just goosebumps. I'm like, ooh, what was that? It was weird. Made my nipples hard. Sorry. All right. Glorious intentions. Don't mind me. I'm just happy to have the days returning back to normal in my puppy kingdom. My puppy kingdom. My puppy. Did I miss that? I missed that hat. Dagnabbit. Oh, I'll print it up and get it afterwards, because I'm sure it's not over 7 ounces. I got to do my supply order today. So I only got 75 hat boxes left. So I've got to take notes on everything I need. All right, we're going to start with the clothing store here. Curious intentions. Da, 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 da. When I went over to the bins the other day, I picked that up. Brazil. So for $10.50, headed to Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York. All right, so we gotta get that $7.50 up. What I need to look at it is start looking at it. Hey, that's a nice baseline. Now let's do something about it, right? $7.50 a day last week. Nice baseline. Let's start killing it. Let's start killing it, man. You know what I'm saying, G? What's up? All right, 864 JIN. Thanks everybody for any of the donations to the GoFundMe. Still going, but it looks like it's just stalled out. So thank you guys. So I'm guessing it's pretty much done. Unless something happens that gets another spark somehow. But thank you guys. $545 so far. So that'll pay for yesterday's bill alone. So at least there's something that, at least there was, a little stress taken off there. So thank you guys. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. Much love. Thank you. So I was $2,600 at the other one, and then $1,600 at the neurological center. Definitely a lot less, and they're a lot quicker. And Primo talked about it yesterday, and he made a good point that I didn't realize, because I'm just so in the moment. He's like, they were a lot quicker to get them in and out. Where the hospital stays, they have them, pee-wee for a few days, and the neurological center, they know what they're doing, and boom, boom, he's out in like 24 hours, right? So, yeah, so that's good. All right, so that one I didn't pull. That's all the way over there. How did I miss that? All right, next up, we've got American Living polka dot dress. I probably look pretty damn good in polka dots. I love polka dots. There's just something about like black or dark blue with the white polka dots at that size or the little bit bigger. Like the huge ones I'm not a fan of, the tiny ones not a fan of. They got to be the right size polka dots. This one and the tad bit bigger than these are the perfect size polka dots for my eyeballs. Because I have that weird thing where if I see too many circles together, it triggers something in my head. It started when I was caring for Jan with her disease where it was eating away her skin and stuff and her muscle. And I was always having to bandage it every day and treat it and stuff. It started during that. So whenever I see like a bunch of just little circles together, there's a name for it, but after I did some research on it, but it just triggers something in my head and I keep getting it. And it's just it's a weird feeling. So what I have to do is picture straight lines. I picture boxes and I picture drawing straight boxes. I picture boxes. Or if I'm looking at a shelf, I'll run my eyes along the shelf or the TV, anything that's like square. And that gets my mind clicked off of that thing. It's weird. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's weird. If you know what I'm talking about, you probably understand the sensation and the feeling and the weirdness of it. What's it called? It's called how would I describe looking for it? Bunch of circles causing distress. I don't know. It's not really distress. I'm just trying to think of a good way to Google this. Actually, I'm not even on Google. There it is. Triphobia. Trypophobia. Clusters of patterns of irregular circles, holes, and bumps. Trypophobia. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I've never had that before, ever experienced that before until taking care of Jan's problems. All right, which one is it? There we are. Got so many things open over here. Let me close some of these puppies down. All right. So this American Living polka dot dress sold for $20. Headed to Milford, Iowa. Glorious intentions. So I gotta get Pee-wee's sleep back on track now, since when you're in those places, you're probably, you sleep when you can because of dogs barking and stuff like that. Another cool place about the neurological center right now, at least, is they're not that busy. So there was only like a couple of other dogs there. When you walk in, it's peaceful. Unlike going into an emergency room with the animals, it's a chaos. So it's very a positive environment. It's very, there was a word I was looking for, but I can't think of what it was. Encouraging, that everything's going to be okay type of feel. And they make you feel that way, where you go in, like I said, was talking a little bit yesterday about Jen kind of believing what those doctors were saying. You kind of feel like you're grasping a lot because you don't have full answers, right? Where if you go to a professional within that certain specific category that the problem is, neurology in this part, you have direct answers, we're doing this is, and still plenty of room to change and do and shift, and you feel a lot more calm because you're being given all the answers. Where at an emergency room with just an emergency room type doctor who knows a little bit about everything, you don't get full answers. You're left speculating. We got this Walking Dead vinyl figure here. Make sure. Pull the right one. So I had more than one of these. Sold for $10.50, headed to Mount Clemens, Michigan. This is another item when I used to buy out the FYEs. Got a bunch of these. Had tons of these. I may have more in storage because they weren't worth that much, and they still aren't really. But I mean, I think I was putting them up, selling them for like $5 a piece before. So I may have threw a bunch in storage. We'll see when I get back into the garage. I still haven't even got through that stuff the other day I got at the bins. So it's kind of blocking my door to the storage right now. So I got to get through that so I can get back into the garage and get started on that stuff. So that's where I'm at right there. Get back to doing some videos and stuff also. Oops. 12, 6, 6. Michael. Ooh. Glorious intentions. Did he not print one up for both stores? Ah, dude, come on. Adrian really helped me out this weekend since I had so much going on. So during the week, he only comes home and ships maybe a couple that's left when he gets down here about 7 p.m. because I try to keep up to do the night video. But this weekend, I pulled everything and he shipped it all out for me. So, next up, another dress. Connected apparel, a blue floral thingy. Sold for $12, headed to Brooksville, Florida. Glorious intentions. There's peace today. There was a comment. I do read the comments, and so don't think I'm not reading your guys' comments in that. Since I get rid of all the negative stuff, actually I haven't had any negative in about a week. So somebody said, "Live between the seizures, not Caesars, seizures." And that's definitely what I do, right? So, and the more time it goes on, I mean, we're a year into this now. Like, it's not, I'm not always on edge waiting for it now. So that's at least a good thing. When it happened the other day, it was like surprise, not surprise type thing. Like, oh, crap. Jump into action type of thing. But I wasn't expecting it, right? So I'm not fixated on it. So that's a good thing. As long as I can hear them. So that's why I left the bells on them this time. I'm going to leave those bells on for a while. I'm going to... They help in the middle of the night, too, when he gets up. And if he has to go to the bathroom, I hear him walking. I hear jingle, jingle, jingle. That might get old quick, so they might not last, but... Because normally when he goes into a seizure, I can hear it because he's flailing. So his feet are hitting something or the floor. So I will hear it. So they might not last. The bells may not last. Whoops. Michelle. Well, you just can't tell. Well, Michelle. Next up, we got this Bass Pro hat. Outdoor safari style hat. Sold for $10, headed to Torrance, California. And what am I going to try to get this one in? I got that for that. Glorious intentions. Let's try this one. I just grabbed a bunch of random boxes. Since I got a couple of oddball size things here. This hat being one of them. Will you work it? Will you work it, work it, work it, work it? Work it, work it, yeah, work it, work it. There we go. That's exactly how I pictured it. Oh man, 14, 1296. Yoshisha? Yohisha? I'll just call you Yosh. How about that? Keep it simple. For a simple mind. Keep it simple for a simple mind. You know what I'd like to do? And of course, it'd be more for fun and learning. Like, I want to put together like this cool. Well, there's always been two things I wanted to do, and they've both been kind of woodsy related. And I'm a city boy, right? But so the woods to me is like an escape. I've always tried to. I need to start really putting research into this, see if I can do something with it. But Garmin's, you can get them so cheap now, especially at like the bins and stuff. If there's a way I can turn those into something like a tag in the woods, like you can use the Garmin to see where your other people are and stuff. I'm sure there's probably a way you can figure that out. Might have to take a lot of work to download software and stuff, but I'm sure there's some expert nerdy people out there who could figure that out. What's that website where you hire people to do things? Fiverr or something? I don't know. But I've always pictured like using those cheap GPSs where you can see where everybody is and you can play like a huge game of tag in the woods. I don't know. But the other is like a Bigfoot expedition. Get me some night vision goggles or some thermal heat stuff and just like, let's go in the woods and find Bigfoot. Get freaked out when we see a mountain lion. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's a mountain lion. Next up, we got that Super Troopers hat that sold. Super Troopers. This sold for $10.50, headed to East Peoria, Illinois. Let's put you in this box. 15.11.7. I'm slowly remembering the eBay box size on this one. The hat boxes come in. Whoops. Wrong. 15.11.7. Dante. And lastly, in the clothing store, we have this cool stained up American Western cattle snapback. Sold for $6, headed to Cave City, Kentucky. Cave City, Kentucky. Glorious intentions. Okay. Patricia. Humdy, 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 hum. figured he'd walk around here by now. Oops, I was in the right spot, James. Stay there. Boop, boop. I guess somebody was calling me and I totally missed it. I heard a boop, boop on my phone. Still running. So, no new sales over here yet. Okay. Self-esteem. Glorious intentions. Oh crap. Oh crap. Crapola, Mom. Oh, shit. How dare you fall? I did not give you permission to fall. You are nothing but an inanimate object. That's the right word, inanimate. I think so. Non-movement. I'm not inanimate. I'm going through the postal service. No, that means you're going to be inanimate for a while. Be sitting around somewhere wishing you would get mailed. Alrighty. Change this up because I got a couple more vinyl to shove in here. So I need to make the room. Change the layout a little bit. Change the layout. Okay. All right. So just did not pull that one because it wasn't there. So hopefully I got everything over here. Any internationals? No. Yeah, last night was a shutdown night. I mean, huge shutdown night. Let's see. So my last sale was at 2:18, and then nothing till I took offers at 8:21. But the next sale was 9 o'clock exactly. So hopefully we'll get better than yesterday. All right, next up we've got, are you ready? Hey, for a CD live. Yeah. Overflow compilation CD. So we got $6.50, $10.50, $8, $10.50. Buy two, get two free. Hero in Blue, memory of St. Louis police officer Robert Stantz. And we got American Beauties, the regular guys. A disc only. Where did I put you? There you are. Oldies Radio ID Packages, Volume 1. Intentions. No, put it in one of these. There you go. And of course, it's not in here. I wonder if I got any of my manila colored. They're buried because I can squeeze more into them than I can these Gerald pack ones. So we'll grab another 4. Too big. Or I'll just do this. How about this? If I can't get it in here, I will get it in here. If I can't get it in here, I will get it in here. Think I need to order supplies? I think I need to order supplies. So I have the right fits at the right times when I needs it. And now you're cutting, but then I'll just put tape over it and be done with it. Gloria, maybe. Intentions. There we go. And then I do this. Tag it. Boom. There. Done. 11, 0. All right, headed to Kansas City, Missouri. Right down the highway, or right up the highway. Not up the highway, that is. Next up, Holy Barbarians, Brother Fight. CD promo single, sold for $10.50, headed to Delray Beach, Florida. Glorious intentions, crucify me. Brant. Fudge Tunnel. Creep Diets. Cassette. Sold for $8. Oh, wow. Headed to Oconomowoca, Wisconsin. Oconoma. That's crazy.
Oconomowoc.
That's it. Oconomowoc. That sounds native. Alrighty, Barry. Cassettes are always 3 ounces. All right, next up we've got David Banner. Sold for $6, headed to Slidell, Louisiana. Of course, I did not bring enough LP mailers. I got one more. What? Lashonda. Whoops. Next up, Jimmy Kozer. Something of that nature. She's all I got. Okay. Open. Says me. Open the right side, James. Be smarter than the paper. So for $5, headed over to Florissant, Missouri. Right down the highway. Right down the highway. I keep singing. I listen to stuff while I pull, so I was listening to Bad for Good. Came out in about 92, 93, and the kids were all like ages 14 to 17. Starred on guitar McLaughlin, who was like a Steve Vai protege, if you don't know. And then the drummer, I forget his name now, he's actually drumming for Avenged Sevenfold now. Not sure what the bass player's doing. The singer, if you're my age, you'll remember. Remember Different Strokes, the show. I remember the little redhead kid that would sing country songs later on in some of the later seasons when Mr. Drummond got married. His name's Danny Cooksey. So he sings for that band. He was in Terminator also, in the garage scene where what's his name is working on his bike. He's there in the background, gets on the back seat when they take off with Guns N' Roses playing in the background. That's him. He also does voices for like TV shows and like Nickelodeon and stuff like that. So, but they had a band back in like 92 called Bad for Good. BAD, the number 4, good. So 10. Ellis. ELLIS. Their hit single was 19. But there's a great ballad on there called Nothing's Great About a Heartache. That song. If it was like a few years earlier, that song would have been freaking crazy huge. All right, we got It Is Well My Soul, Wayne Watson cassette. Sold for $5. Headed out to Cali. I love the way these tapes look. Always loved that kind of reel-to-reel style. Like, I always wanted them as a kid because I'd record songs off the radio, but all I could afford was like the 3-pack for 99 cents of generic cassettes. But I always wanted to buy one of them. I'm like, oh, I can't afford that. Next up, CD I got tons of. Babyface, This Is For The Lover and You. It's about time one sold. Sealed, sold for $5. Headed to Windcrest, Texas. Texas. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Victor. Victor. Is that a Blues game tonight? Maybe. Anita Baker. Rapture. Cassette tape. Sold for $5. Headed to Atlanta, Georgia. Brandon. Next up, we got Shakin' Stevens. Love Me Tonight. I Cry Just a Little. 45 record. Sold for $5. Headed to Chinny, Washington. Chinny, Washington. Oh. Almost out of these. I gotta make a note to buy more. Actually, I'm gonna see what's cheap. Yeah, these are probably cheaper than those self-sealed things. 4, 6, whoops, 6, 1. Donna. Next up, are you ready for another CD lot? Yeah. 5, 650, 650. Buy 2, get 2. We got the Doobie Brothers. The Doobie Brothers. That's Chicago. We got the Bee Gees. I just put this one up. This was a yesterday put up, right? Wasn't this in yesterday's video? I don't remember. I get to add this to my list if it was. March 3rd. Yay! We got one for the list, finally. Slow start. Very slow start. So we'll do the exact, which is 640 is exact. What the hell's going on with this pen? What the? Oh, there we go. All right, 640. Very slow start. Nowhere near 3,000. And then we got Don Williams. What if I do this? This takes too much time. Then again, I gotta tape the other one up too when I do that. So. Glorious intentions. That works. I'm gonna put a couple more on there just in case. This is probably going medium mail. You got my finger. Come on. Stop biting me. Whew. That works. 15. Troy headed to Arkansas, Fairbanks, Arkansas. Next up, August Burns. Disc only sold for $5. Headed to Carson City, Nevada. Needs resurfaced. Next up, Lord of the Animals. The Mountain Sculptures DVD. Sold for $20. Headed to Midland, Michigan. 2,000 years ago, a people fleeing danger took refuge in these mountains. To survive, they had to defy the steep slopes. They soon invented terraced rice paddies. The discovery spread, and the Emperor of China came to reward them. Okay, you had me at first, then you started boring me with rice paddies. Why do you gotta do that? 6, 9. Brett. The Hitman Heart. Next up we have, I like finding this kind of stuff. I mean, nobody else is going to pick this up, but James will. It's St. Libri Indian School. So it's like their school logo and stuff on it. So just a little throw. So for $18, headed to Boulder City, Nevada. So there you go. Little $18 that other people would just leave left behind. But not James, because he's crazy like that. Oh my God. What the hell is wrong with that boy? Like, did you see the stuff he picked up, huh? And he calls himself a reseller? Oh my God. He don't know what he's doing. He's stupid. He's stupid. He don't know what he's doing. Dang. What's wrong with that dude? Bill. That guy just makes no sense to me. I can't understand it. Can't understand it because I can't pronounce shit. Rainbow Broadway cast. So for $8, headed to Arkansas. Can't understand it because I can't pronounce shit. And one order left, and there's actually a cassette I cannot find. Yes, it happens to the best of us. Or in my case, the worst of us. So they're supposed to be for $8, $5, buy two, get two, but we got Will and the Bushman, we got OMD, and we got ELO, and the one I could not find is U2. I wonder if it like got pulled and canceled and might be laying around here somewhere. I mean, that's one I used to have an abundance of. U2 Rattle and Hum. So I have to send him a refund. So he'll be buying one, getting two free. That's a pretty damn good deal. Just hope he's not mad. I had somebody yesterday. I gotta look to see if they left me negative feedback yet. I think they opened a return, but they bought one of the 12-inch vinyls, and it's only one of them. It's side C and D of a set, and it says it, shows it, blah, blah, blah. I wanted both of them. Where's the cover at? I'm like, do you see the cover or the other album in the picture? I didn't say that, but I'm like, the pictures clearly show what you're getting. But I looked at his negatives left for others. That's all he's done, is left negatives for others. So this dude, just don't pay attention to what he's buying and tries to blame it on other people. I think he opened a return, so even if he left negative, it'll eventually go away. Come on. Spinning wheel of death. So nothing else is sold. See if he left negative. Looks like it. Got an extra one here. Yep. Listed album, then sent only one disc, then tried to lie and say the listing clearly stated it wasn't the full album, which it clearly did not state. Cuckoo. Here, I'm going to go ahead and respond to that. I know normally I don't do it right off the bat for emotional purposes, but this dude just... clearly the listing shows what the item is. When you check this buyer's feedback left for others, they are all negative. Clearly, or let's just put, buyer does not pay attention to what he's buying and then blames the sellers. I do have free returns, and let me make sure he did. Right after I said that, returned opened up, so let me make sure it was him. Return approved. Yeah. Go back where you at. Nah, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to. This is why you don't leave negative right off the bat. Okay, so we're going to redo this. Item page shows what was for sale. Clearly. I do have free returns, which this buyer is taking advantage of. So this negative will vanish once he sends the item back. I do have a warning. Check this buyers, feedback left for others, clear picture of who he is. There we go. I don't like leaving the word negative in my responses, because then if somebody don't know what they're reading, they may think that it's another negative referring to me, as opposed to me saying whatever. But I did it anyway there. I'll take that negative off. This feedback will vanish. There we go. Clear picture of who he is. Lack of responsibility. I won't put that, but I'm going to put I'm going to put a warning on underneath the feedback I left for others. No, I'll do that after I get it back. But what I like to do on people like that is I'll put warning, this buyer leaves feedback, negative feedback for everybody that he buys from, or only leaves negative feedback for sellers. So then if somebody happens if he ends up sending an offer to somebody who checks feedback before they accept offers, and then they see that, it may save them the misery that this guy tries to put on others. I don't think I'm going to get my other ones in here. I was trying to just keep it to 2 totes and extra boxes, but I'll just build it up. How about that? We'll just build it up higher. Let's build walls around it. Got a couple of items to resurface, and then I'm out. So we're at 10 o'clock, and I have no extra sales yet. So, boo. So that means like one sale since 218. So we're headed toward 8 hours with one sale. So that's how messed up eBay is today. Whoops. Boo. And my little trick about what I do with people like that is I tell them no problem. Go ahead and open the free return to start the refund process. So someone may think they're going to get a refund immediately. You know, if they're trying to scam you, maybe they think they're going to get a refund immediately and get to keep the item, because a lot of people who open it do not send the item back. And it just ends up going away, and the negative comes off if there is one, and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I kind of play with words a little bit there. So, all right, I got a couple items to resurface here, and then I'm outie. Oh, I got 5 boxes and 2 totes. All right, I was going to call him around first so you guys could see him today, but you'll see him on other videos today because I got resurfaced, so I'm going to leave them there until I'm resurfaced. They go out front with me to load, so then they come in and get a treat. So thanks everybody for all the love and support and everything, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.